The Galactic Combat Arena had hosted interspecies competitions for over 3 millennia, but never had the betting pools been so wildly unpredictable. Ambassador Krexthal watched from the observation deck as representatives from 12 different civilizations prepared their apex predators for the traditional strength display. A diplomatic showcase meant to demonstrate each species' evolutionary prowess. The Centauri are bringing their Void Stalker, announced the arena's AI commentator. Standing 4 meters tall with razor-sharp claws and psychic abilities, this creature has never known defeat. The massive black beast materialized in the arena's center, its 6 eyes glowing with predatory intelligence. The crowd of various alien species murmured appreciatively at its obvious lethality. The Vorthak present their plasma serpent, the AI continued. Capable of generating temperatures exceeding 3,000 degrees Celsius, this creature can melt through reinforced hull plating. Dr. Sarah Martinez, Earth's xenological representative, stood calmly beside a small transport carrier, ignoring the increasingly impressive parade of galactic killing machines. The Keth Mori had brought something that looked like an armored rhinoceros with tentacles. The Rigelians had transported what appeared to be a living tornado with teeth. Dr. Martinez, Ambassador Krexthal approached cautiously. Where is Earth's contribution? The competition begins in 10 minutes. Sarah smiled and patted the small carrier beside her. Right here, Ambassador. Meet Earth's apex predator. The ambassador peered through the transparent aluminum viewing panel and saw what appeared to be a small, black and white mammal, roughly the size of a domestic cat. It was currently ignoring the chaos around it and calmly eating what looked like a piece of fruit. Dr. Martinez, Krexthal said carefully, I believe there's been a mistake. That appears to be a pet. Oh no, Ambassador. This is Buster, and he's absolutely our apex predator. Well, one of them anyway. The arena announcer's voice boomed. Ladies, gentlemen, and assorted sentient beings, please welcome Earth's representative. A honey badger? The alien audience fell silent. Several beings consulted their translation devices, convinced there had been an error. Computer, Ambassador Krexthal whispered. Display Earth designation for honey badger. Species, Malivera capensis. Designation, Radal. Warning, insufficient data for threat assessment. Earth biological databases contain conflicting information. Cross-referencing with human cultural data. Warning, this species appears in Earth military training manuals under psychological warfare examples. Sarah opened Buster's carrier, and the honey badger casually strolled into the arena, completely unbothered by the collection of nightmarish predators surrounding him. He sniffed the air, looked around with mild interest, and then sat down to continue eating his snack. The Void Stalker, sensing an easy target, approached with predatory stealth. Buster looked up, still chewing, and made a sound that the universal translator rendered as annoyed huffing. What happened next would be discussed in xenological circles for decades. The Void Stalker lunged. Buster sidestepped casually, grabbed the creature's massive claw, and proceeded to bite it. The psychic predator's mental scream of pain and confusion echoed through every telepathic being in the arena. Impossible, breathed Ambassador Krexthal. The Void Stalker's hide can deflect plasma fire. Honey badger don't care, Sarah replied matter-of-factly, using a phrase that would soon become galactic slang. The plasma serpent, seeing its opportunity, unleashed a stream of superheated energy. Buster walked through it, his thick hide smoking slightly, and bit the serpent on what might generously be called its face. The creature's plasma generation system shut down immediately, apparently overwhelmed by sheer disbelief. Within 20 minutes, every apex predator in the arena was either retreating to the far corners or lying very still, hoping the small Earth creature would lose interest. Buster, meanwhile, had found the arena's emergency food supplies and was calmly helping himself to what appeared to be someone's lunch. Dr. Martinez, the Centauri representative approached hesitantly. What exactly is that creature? A honey badger, Sarah explained, watching Buster intimidate a creature that looked like an armored tank. They're not actually our strongest predator, or our fastest, or are smartest. But they have one quality that makes them absolutely apex. They genuinely do not care about consequences. Do not care? Ambassador Krexthull's translator struggled with the concept. Honey badgers will fight anything, anywhere, for any reason or no reason at all. Lions, hyenas, venomous snakes, bees, other honey badgers, humans with firearms, and apparently cosmic horrors from the Centauri system. They have two settings, eating and extreme violence, and they're equally content with both. The arena's AI commentator sounded confused. Ladies and gentlemen, by unanimous decision of all other competitors, Earth wins. There's actually a documentary about them. Sarah continued conversationally as Buster began investigating the Rigelian tornado creature, which immediately stopped being a tornado. The narrator described them as the crazy nasty-ass honey badger. It's quite accurate. Ambassador Krexthull watched the small Earth creature terrorize beings that had conquered star systems. Dr. Martinez, on behalf of the Galactic Council, I must ask, exactly how many species like this does Earth have? Sarah's smile became distinctly worrying. Well, there's also the Canadian goose, the Australian magpie, the wolverine, and don't get me started on what happens when you corner a house cat. The ambassador's three hearts synchronized in what his species experienced as existential terror. Perhaps we should discuss Earth's membership application very carefully. Good idea, Sarah agreed, as Buster discovered the arena's trophy case and began investigating whether the prizes were edible. And maybe we should talk about Australia sometime.